Hello everyone and welcome to Ronan Speaks, your tangential learning experience. The 1973 science fiction detective thriller film, Soylent Green, features a dystopic future in 2022, suffering from pollution, overpopulation, depleted resources, and poverty. Much of the population survives on processed food rations, including Soylent Green. New York City holds a population of 40 million, and most of the population survives on rations produced by the Soylent Corporation, whose newest product is Soylent Green, a green wafer advertised to contain high-energy plankton from the world ocean, more nutritious and palatable than its predecessors, red and yellow, but it's in short supply. So basically, I don't think I need a spoiler alert for a 40-year-old movie, but the protagonist takes oceanographic reports that I found earlier in the movie to a group of researchers who agree that the oceans no longer produce the plankton from which Soylent Green is reputably made, and infer that it was produced from human remains, the only conceivable supply of protein matching the known production. So, long story short,
you gotta tell them Soylent Green is people!
This led me to the question, would Soylent Green even be a viable food source?
Hero.
Human cannibalism isn't very unusual throughout human history, from the Neolithic era up to the present day. We know that some groups of early hominids engaged in cannibalistic behavior, but it's hard to know whether they did it for ritual and social reasons or as an occasional source of nutrients. In a cave site east of Burgos, Spain, where Homo antecessor lived 1 million years ago, researchers have found cut marks on hominid bones that suggest the latter, as the marks look identical to those found on the bones of animals consumed as food. Cannibalism is especially common as a last-ditch attempt at survival during extreme circumstances, such as the Donner Party or the siege of Leningrad. In the case of the latter, bread rations had been cut to 400 and even 300 calories. Pet owners swapped cats in order to avoid eating their own. There wasn't a dog to be seen. People searched desperately for substitute food. Cottonseed cake, macaroni made from flaxseed for cattle, meat jelly produced from boiling bones and calf skins, yeast soup from fermented sawdust, joiner's glue boiled and jellified, toothpaste, cough mixture, and cold cream. They even licked the dried paste off of wallpaper. Anything that contained calories. Rumors of cannibalism abounded. Amputated limbs disappeared from hospitals. Police records released years later showed that 2,000 people were arrested for cannibalism. 586 of them were executed for murdering their victims. Most of the people arrested were women, as mothers smothered their very young children to feed their older ones. By the end of the siege, 1/3 of the city's population died of starvation. So logically speaking, under the circumstances, cannibalism makes sense. Humans are meat, and meat is food.
Right?
So I got to thinking, how viable is Soylent Green from people as a food source as the movie scenario depicts it? Break out your nutrition tables as we're talking about calories. According to the National Health Service in the UK, the average adult male needs approximately 2,500 calories per day to keep his weight consistent, while the average adult female needs 2,000. But first, what the heck are calories? We talk about cutting calories and low-calorie diets, but what the hell are they? Well, a calorie is the amount of energy needed to raise 1 gram of water 1 degree Celsius. Well, actually, there's a confession I need to make. The calories we use on food labels is actually a kilocalorie. So it's actually the energy needed to raise 1 kilogram of water 1 degree Celsius. So the nutritional calorie is actually 1,000 times larger than the physics and chemistry calorie. According to the National Data Lab, most of the calorie values in the USDA and industry food tables are based on an indirect calorie estimation made using the Altwater system. The Altwater system uses the average values of 4 kilocalories per gram for protein, 4 kilocalories per gram for carbohydrates, 9 kilocalories per gram for fat, and alcohol is calculated at 7 kilocalories per gram. So how many calories does a human have? James Cole, a lecturer on human origins at the University of Brighton in England, asked this very same question and found an answer. He defined the different edible body parts of a modern adult male, and then calculated the calories of each part based on their weight, fat, etc. He concluded that a thigh was 10,707 calories, a heart was 722 calories, skin was 8,294 calories, and about half of all the calories came from adipose tissue, or fat. All told, if you ate an entire grown man, you would consume 81,472 calories. So, in short, one healthy person could feed 40 people for one day. That sounds nice, but let's put it into perspective with, say, a cow. An average beef animal at full weight is around 1,200 pounds, with 492 pounds of useful meat on an average cow. So, another long story short, a whole cow has 513,751 calories in useful meat. In other words, enough to feed 257 people for one day. New York City currently has a population of 8.5 million, 4.7 times less than in the movie. In 2014, there were 53,034 reported deaths, multiplied by 4.7 times. This would give us 249,260 reported deaths. I mean, raw materials for Soylent Green. This would give us a total of 20,307,710,720 calories, or enough food for 10,153,855 people, or a meager 508 calories per person. But this is only speaking from a caloric perspective. As the saying goes, you are what you eat. So every new body would likely be more and more malnourished, ergo reducing the available calories and nutritional value. This is also ignoring the poor nutritional value in human meat, or the health issue of eating 40,000 calories worth of pure human fat. This should explain the obvious reason why animals like sharks and crocodiles don't eat humans, as there really isn't a great benefit to eating humans.
Yes, science!
So to answer the question, would Soylent Green be a viable food source? The answer is, hell no. How the hell is this company even in business? But I would leave you, dear viewer, another important question. Would you eat Soylent Green? Until we meet again, this is the Ronin.